But that ocean belongs to me. Because where is my ocean? I am entitled to that ocean. Because Uganda, even if you wanted to build a navy, how can you build it? We don't have access to the sea. The political organization in Africa is so irrational. Endless discussion with Kenya, then this one stops, then another one comes, then the railway, the pipeline, the what. In future, we are going to have wars. In the future, we're going to have wars.
Uganda's President Yoweri Museveni is seeking another mandate come January 2026. Museveni is eyeing his 8th consecutive term since seizing power in 1986.
Come and you stand around here, I don't have the strength to go and stand there.
It is against this backdrop that the former rebel leader has had tongue-wagging remarks touching on Kenya-Uganda relations and the right to access the Indian Ocean when he was unpacking his manifesto during the weekend.
But that ocean belongs to me. Because where is my ocean? I am entitled to that ocean. In future, we are going to have wars. The political organization in Africa is so irrational. Some of the countries have no access to the sea. For economic purposes, but also for defense purposes, you are stuck. How do I export my products? That's why we have got endless discussion with Kenya, then this one stops, then another one comes, then the railway, the pipeline, the what, we discuss. But that ocean belongs to me. Because where is my ocean? I am entitled to that ocean. In future, we are going to have wars. In the future, we're going to have wars. How can you say that you are in a block of flats, that the compound belongs to only the flats on the ground floor, that the compound belongs to the whole block. All the flats are entitled to the compound.
Yeah.
There's no way you can say. So may I just watch these people? You are really endangering yourself.
In the timing of his remarks, you know, at this time, there are heated campaigns in Uganda. He is seeking for a re-election, which he calls his last term. And could it be that he's speaking to the Ugandans' ears what they want to hear?
The Ministry of Foreign Affairs has downplayed threats of war issued by Uganda's President Yoweri Museveni over access to the port of Mombasa and the Indian Ocean, insisting Museveni is well aware of international territorial laws. But experts warn that his remarks, including a claim that he, quote, owns the Indian Ocean through Kenyan transit, risk straining bilateral relations and the cohesion of the East African community. NTV's Laban Shaban reports.
The Kenyan government has responded to Museveni through the Ministry of Foreign Affairs.
I will not comment much on what His Excellency President Museveni said with respect to our oceans, but I believe very much that he does have a fairly great understanding with respect to the nature of our territory and the nature of our right with respect to our natural resources, and his right with respect to natural resources within Ugandan territory.
For the President of Uganda, Yoweri Museveni, to come out at this particular time to specifically hint of a looming war between Uganda and Kenya, to reclaim, or to claim, let me say to claim what he terms as rightfully belonging to the Ugandans, then it becomes quite absurd, and I would call it deeply dangerous.
I don't think President Museveni will want to draw Uganda into yet another war soon. And of course, this time now, an international war away from the internal conflicts in Uganda. And I think Ugandans are also aware of this, and history has it that when Uganda waged war against Tanzania in 2 occasions, it suffered most during the War of Mutukula of around 1969-67, and then the Sabasaba War of 1977.
Security analysts read Museveni's tone as more than frustration, a reflection of landlocked nations' vulnerabilities in a region where maritime control definitely means leverage.
And therefore, the argument perhaps of the landlocked states laying claim that is going against the United Nations law of the sea is subject to rational thinking of many states which are landlocked and have a rallying call. And that is when perhaps it can define conflicts of future. So the future may not be today, it may be after a number of years that are calculated in terms of how the landlocked countries are feeling they are oppressed in terms of the existing international law.
Article 125 of United